I started taking pictures in the cold a few years ago when I really wanted to try to keep taking pictures in the winter. I went out to a local lake and there were some ice fishermen out fishing on the frozen lake, and I came back with some really great pictures. And I was so excited, I was so happy, and still, even now, they're some of the best pictures that I've taken as part of this winter project. It's snowing and it's 5 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Probably not weather that you think about taking pictures in. And I'm actually not a huge fan of the cold. To me, it just hurts. But I found that I really enjoy photographing in the cold. And I want to tell you 3 reasons that you should consider trying the same. The first is the personal challenge. I am a very adventurous person. I really like being outdoors. I like trying new things, and I think a big part of photographing in the winter is the adventure of being out and photographing in challenging conditions. It's hard. It takes planning, it's cold, you need special gear. I've wanted to find a niche for myself in photography for a long time, and focusing on this area of being out in the cold and the snow and the ice has helped me feel like I'm starting to find a place for myself in a sea of photographers. And if you're like me and you like adventure, or you want to push yourself to be more adventurous, this might be something worth trying. The second reason is that I feel like photographing in the winter is underexplored. I feel like photographing in the cold in particular, and around ice and other activities that people do in these environments, just an underexplored area. So I feel like it helps me stand out a bit more as a photographer. And of course, there are a lot of photographers that I like and that inspire me, but I don't want to copy them, and I don't want to be exactly like them. I want to find my own space, my own niche. And this is one that I felt like is one that I can explore and find my own place. With this area, I feel like it's hard to take pictures in the winter. And it's like running. I'm a runner, and often you hear the term fair weather runners, where runners hang up the towel in wintertime when it gets hard and cold. For me, I run outside in the winter all year long, even on days like today when it's 5 degrees and snowing. And so in the past, I would often put my camera gear away in the wintertime and just say there's nothing interesting going on, there's nothing interesting to take pictures of. And over the winter, for the few months, I just felt like I wouldn't take any pictures at all. And so that's something that I don't want to do anymore. And the third and final reason is that it just provides a unique perspective. In photographing in hard conditions like this, in the winter especially, I think it provides a unique perspective, something that other people aren't doing. In a lot of these places that I've been out photographing, I've been the only photographer out in some of these areas. So I think that you too might be surprised if you start taking some pictures and pushing yourself, that you'll get some pictures that will surprise you, that you didn't expect, that are different from maybe what you've done before, and are definitely different from what others in photography are doing as well. My one piece of advice, if this is something that you want to try, is to be ready for the unexpected. At every single winter activity I've photographed, it has not been what I've expected, but I've always come back with something great and something even better than maybe I anticipated. So recently, for an example, I went out and photographed a polar plunge. It was really cold, and I think it really just epitomizes the crazy things that people do in the winter and around the ice. And I thought it would be great to get some pictures of people doing the plunge. And that's really what I had in my mind, is that I was going to take pictures of all these people getting into the water, getting into the ice. And that was going to be my focus. I took a couple pictures of the polar plungers. I didn't come away with anything that I was way too happy about. But because I was ready for the unexpected, I found that as I was looking around, that what the firefighters were doing was far more interesting to me than what the plungers were doing. taking pictures of the firefighters was unique. It was different. They were out in the water, floating around. They were preparing the site, cutting through the ice, wearing really unique suits. And these veteran firefighters just had a lot of character, and you could tell that, you know, they've seen some stuff. And those are the pictures that I was the most happy with. And because I was prepared for the unexpected in some of these challenging environments, I was able to come away with some pictures that I felt like were unique and different and not like anything else that anybody was photographing at that event. I hope that this inspires you to try to get out and take some photography in some colder environments, maybe a challenging environment where you live. It doesn't necessarily have to be cold, but I think that if you do, you'll be surprised to find that the challenge is rewarding, and maybe you'll come back with some new pictures, a new perspective, and maybe find a new niche for yourself in photography or a new project that you can work on that will inspire you and inspire others. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.